Yep, there we go. Super people close the doors for players around the world, cause the final beta has found an end right now. Players still trying to learn all the game has to offer, including hero abilities and the best weapon combos. There aren't many tutorials in this game, so I thought I'd put together and explain some of my favorite tips and tricks that I picked up in my time playing so far. This video is more geared towards newer players. It's gonna make your transition into the game a little bit easier and should make your entire process more smooth and enjoyable. If this guide does ending up helping at all, so I would really appreciating a like rating, that's all I ask you to do. And of course, if you guys want to see more content like this, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Anyways, let's get into this. So to start, the first tip I want to give you is to be sure to mark the plane paths on your map in the beginning of each game. The way you can do this is to open the map with M and press Alt plus right click on the first point, keep holding Alt and go to the second point, right click as well. The reason you should do this is because there's like a sort of radius around this area where players likely to be, and so this will greatly influence your decision making, and the more you implement this, the more you will understand where players probably gonna be at any point of the match. It's gonna make your experience slightly better. Tip number 2 is gonna sound a little bit obvious, but this is a very easy mistake for newer players to make, and this is especially important if you're hot dropping. You need to prioritize a gun over everything after landing. It might be really tempting when you land with a lot of other players and you grab a backpack first, or some kind of grenade or first aid and other stuff. Especially when you land with a lot of other people around you, you need to prioritize a weapon over everything to start the round with maybe 1 or 2 free kills. You should even prioritize weapons over picking up armor, because armor is not good if you don't have a firearm to fight your enemies around you. So to win a lot of gunfights, especially in the early game phase, think always about pick up a gun first. On tip number 3, we are talking about your loot management, and this is the most important thing to work on when you're getting kills, and avoid being killed while looting, because it takes a little bit of time to get everything you need in this game. And that's an intentional feature, but there are ways to speed up your looting, and that is basically prioritizing items now. When you're able to get a kill, you can move around while looting, and I'm sure that's very important, but you shouldn't spend too much time looting. Only make sure you're picking the most important items you can find. So this meaning meds, ammo, weapon attachments, and the upgrade items and grenades. Only quickly take what you need, because the shots you and your enemy fired makes loud noises that can be heard by others. And the longer you take to loot, you might bring you in a higher risk to get third party, and you will be end up dying anyways. So a great feature the game brings us is you will have a small yellow triangle at the top of the upgrade items you need. Just pick these as quickly as possible, and the others you can ignore because you won't need it anymore. Tip number 4 is getting into a habit of paying attention to the kill feed and damage log. This, especially in the mid to late game, is gonna serve you quite well. Now the main priority of paying attention to the kill feed is give you context close to the enemies with particular weapons, and this can give you a better envisionment of the battlefield in your mind. When you see someone kill the guy with an SMG, for example, and you hear the weapon at the same time as it is in the kill feed, you can pretty much pinpoint exactly where the enemy is, and then put yourself in a good position to take them out, not on close range. It's also important to paying attention when you're fighting somebody in the blue, because if they die to the zone, that's one way you will know it. Otherwise you may be waiting for an enemy that's never going to come out, and then you will waste your own time, plus ending up dying to the blue or getting picked off on your own. So always looking at the kill feed will greatly increase your game sense, and this is a wonderful habit to get yourself into. So here comes the last tip for this video, and it's tip number 5 is paying attention always to the power bars that exist in the game as well. So you should eat a bar before almost every fight you get into, because there are really nice buffs on it. If you don't use one, your chance to win the fight sinks a lot. So I'm gonna tell you why. The red bars will increase your damage with 15% on all weapons you use. By using the blue ones, you gain 15% movement speed to quickly escape flank or getting into the safe zone faster. This is a must-have for position changing, what also can carry a game, by the way. The defense bar is great for using before and after fight. This will give you a 10% defense buff. Also, it regenerates your armor slowly over time after you don't get hit for like 10 seconds. So just eat your chocolate at the right time, guys. Nothing more to say over there. Alright guys, like a little bit of a bonus, just one thing I'm gonna recommend is jump into the trainings ground and shoot around like a little bit before you enter your first game. This will do wonders for helping you warm up and get a little bit acquainted with your muscle memory, everything, just refining your sensitivity, because especially if you're just getting started, your sensitivity might need a little bit of tuning and adjusting, getting all your controls right before you're actually going to start. I think this is also super important. Actually, it's the most basic thing you can do. So anyways guys, those are gonna be the top 5 tips that you can get started on right now. If you jump into the game on October 11th, hopefully this did help you out, and I'm sure there will be a lot of new players who jumping in after release. So if you guys are brand new to the game, make sure to subscribe, because there will come a lot more videos, continue learning about stuff kind of like this. So if you want to see more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscription. This will help growing my channel a ton. Thank you for everything, and I'm gonna see you all at the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.